Hello, we are from Group BA2435D, Group 5, and now we are going to present about sexual harassment in the workplace.
Hello, my name is Putri Laila. So what is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is any form of unwelcome sexual behavior that's offensive, humiliating or intimidating. It can occur in both public and private places. Despite government efforts to pass legislation that helps decrease harassment, the number of incidents of harassment in the workplace is increasing. Overall, 62% of women out of 1,010 women surveyed said they have experienced one or more forms of sexual harassment in the workplace, suggesting that the majority of Malaysian women have experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. Of these, 39% have experienced offensive sexual jokes or innuendos, 24% have experienced unwelcome touching or grabbing, 22% have experienced sexual gestures, body movements or looks, 18% have experienced stalking behavior, and 16% have experienced verbal sexual abuse. Employees who experience verbal harassment may feel threatened, frightened, degraded, or less at ease at work. The most common categories of verbal harassment include making inappropriate jokes, remarks, teasing or asking sexually related questions, asking someone at work to go out with you, unwelcome sexual advances and sexual favors, commenting negatively about a person's clothing, body or personal behavior, making inappropriate sounds such as kissing sounds, whistling or smacking lips. So, non-verbal sexual harassment is any form of inappropriate sexual communication or conduct that involves something other than verbal speech but falls short of physical sexual contact. This involves sending texts and emails with explicit or otherwise sexual content, as well as actions like sending inappropriate sexual messages, images or videos showing sign language denoting sexual activities, and persistent flirting. Physical harassment is an act where someone inappropriately touches you against your will. Physical harassment in the workplace is also referred to as workplace violence. Some of the most common forms of physical harassment include the following: sexual assault, abuse or rape, inappropriately touching or grabbing someone, for example, touching someone's private part intentionally, deliberately brushing or rubbing your body against someone, kissing or hugging someone inappropriately. Visual sexual harassment occurs when someone exposes oneself to someone else without the victim's consent, and the behavior has an impact on the victim's attitude or performance at work. Visual harassment examples include sending sexual images or videos to another person. For instance, sending unsolicited pornographic videos to another person through a social website. Then staring at someone else's body offensively and making the person feel uncomfortable. Then we place a poster with information related to sexual behaviors. Lastly, exposing someone else's private pictures or images without their consent.
Assalamualaikum and hello, my name is Nurul Izzaty Binti Azman. Now I will continue with the risk factor of sexual harassment. So there's 4 points that I will explain, and the first one is workplace where some employees do not conform to workplace norms. This will be a single-sex workplace where one gender is the majority. So for example, the mining industry has majority of male employees and the minority employees could be perceived as weak and abuse victim. So the second one is workplace where work consists of low-intensity tasks. It is possible for harassing and bullying behavior to develop into a way of expressing frustration or relieving the boredom in employment. where employees are not actively engaged or have time on my hands. Other than that, workplace with high-value employees. Harassment may be more prevalent in workplace where some people are thought to be very important to the company. So the situation can make the senior manager hesitant to confront the behavior of their high-value employees. And the last one is isolated workplace. Harassers have easy access to their victim in position where the employees are physically separated from one another or have few chance to work with the others. And there are frequently no witnesses as to the harassment.
Hi, my name is Nurul Fatihah and I will further explain regarding the 5W 1H rules, which are what happened during sexual harassment, when it considered happen as sexual harassment, why does it perpetrated to sexual harassment, who usually involved in doing sexual harassment, where it usually occur, and how does it happen to consider as sexual harassment. What happens? Sexual harassment considered happen if the perpetrator has the intention to mistreat, injure, insult, torture, humiliate, or disgrace the victim. When it happens? Sexual harassment happens when an individual shows behavior that other people find it disturbing, upsetting, or even threatening. Why it happens? Sexual harassment usually happens due to the societal norms that support sexual entitlement, insecure positions, lack of self-confidence, and other societal conventions. Ladies and gentlemen, the perpetrator can be anyone, but women are more likely to be the victims. Men's assault usually involve physical torture, while women's assault are more towards mentally torture. Women will only involve physical in the need of self-protection. Where it happens? Sexual harassment can happen at work. It can occur in a variety of circumstances, including after-hours conversations, hallway exchanges, and non-office settings among employees or peers. Even when the work is taught that a particular place is safe, such as a school, sexual harassment still can happen. How it happened? These are several evidence of sexual harassment. First, physical acts of sexual assault. Second, requests for sexual favors. Third, unwanted touching or physical contact. And fourth, unwanted sexually explicit photos, emails, or text messages, and many more.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti no Athyrah. For now, I am going to explain about the effects of sexual harassment. First, the effect on the emotional well-being. Sexual harassment can have a negative impact on the victim's emotional and mental health. It can cause a low self-esteem and even jeopardize personal relationships. Sexual harassment at work may cause a great deal of worry and anxiety. Second, effect on the physical health. Physical and mental health are interconnected. When sexual harassment victims have mental and emotional problems, it frequently leads to physical health concerns such as lack of appetite, headaches, weight changes, and sleep abnormalities. Third, sexual harassment may cause professional and financial problems. Some people may withdraw from the job and disconnect from co-workers due to fear and lack of confidence. They are more prone to be late, absent, worried, and ignore their responsibilities. Assume sexual harassment victims disclose the harassment. In such instance, individuals may face difficulties in their progress, such as being passed up for promotions, being excluded from critical meetings, retribution, and being considered troublemakers. Financial issues such as pay loss and unpaid leave are also likely. Fourth, sexual harassment may also decrease company productivity. When discrimination and harassment are present in the workplace, everyone suffers. Employee absenteeism, low morale, gossip, stress, and anxiety are all caused by harassment. Low productivity is more typical in workplaces where sexual harassment is frequent. Sexual harassment victims and witnesses are more likely to resign, resulting in high employee turnover and greater hiring and training expenses. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Aina Syafiqah. I would like to present about the significance of this issue to the human capital, organizational and society. By taking a different approach to addressing sexual harassment prevention, employers can effectively diminish the potential for harassment and ensure a safe, harassment-free workplace for all. There are several significant to this issue to human capital, organization and society. First, creating a strong workplace culture. Sexual harassment and workplace discrimination are often based on gender, race, ethnic, culture, sexual orientation, and disability and age. Sexual harassment prevention can address all these issues and create a diverse and inclusive workplace. Effective sexual harassment prevention helps create a positive and respectful work environment. Second, empowering bystander. An improper look that seems innocent to a bystander might become into a much bigger problem. Bystander intervention is a crucial part of the sexual harassment prevention. Prevention inform and guide everyone on the way to prevent or stop sexual misconduct, not just in the workplace but also outside. The work environment becomes safer. Sexual harassment contributes to the creation of the unsafe workplace by causing stress at work. Prevention can eliminate the feeling of discomfort and fear caused by this, ensure a safe work environment that ensures quality, efficient and profits. Lastly, rise in productivity. Providing an effective solution to this problem will make employees feel more value. This translates into a more committed workforce which call for maximum productivity. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter to conclude for this issue.
In conclusion, Malaysia has made strides in increasing public understanding of the seriousness of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment allegations in the workplace should not be disregarded any longer. Employers should be proactive in raising awareness of the issue and managing sexual harassment complaints. Employers should also take the initiative to learn what sexual harassment in the workplace actually in Malaysia, so that they can create internal policies and steps to help prevent and counter of these situations. To create a safe workplace, it is best to make sure that the company's policy and the grievance system adequately address the issue of sexual harassment and that the human resource department can be prepared well to handle this situation. Alright, that's the end of our presentation from Group 5. Thank you for watching.